All right, let's dive right in. We're going to tackle a question that drives so many traders crazy. Why do really smart people with solid winning strategies still end up losing money? Today, using Rondé Howell's mindful trading, we're going to dig into this idea that the real fight isn't against the market. It's against the invisible forces battling it out inside our own heads.
I mean, does that sound familiar? Because it should. It's the central problem for so many of us. You can have a perfect strategy. You can kill it in a simulator. But the second real money is on the line, it's like a switch flips. Suddenly, your emotions hijack the whole operation. And that's exactly the problem we're here to unpack.
See, here's the thing. The moment actual money gets involved, the game changes completely. It stops being about you versus the charts. It becomes you versus, well, you. You versus your deepest fears, your hidden biases, all your emotional triggers. Trading doesn't just test your system. It puts your entire psychology under a microscope.
So, to make this really hit home, the book tells us a story about two traders, Steve and Tom. Now, get this. They're using the exact same system, looking at the exact same chart, but their results, they're on different planets. And the reason why has nothing to do with their strategy. It's all about their mindset.
Okay, so look at this because this is everything. On the left, you've got Steve. He's like a scientist. He feels that fear and discomfort bubble up, and instead of running from it, he gets curious. He observes it. Tom, on the other hand, he declares war on his own feelings. He's trying to wrestle his fear to the ground, forcing himself to think positive and just muscle through it.
So you have to ask, right? Tom is doing what all the self-help books tell him to do. Be positive, visualize success. So why is he the one who's still failing? Well, it's because his entire approach, as logical as it seems, is based on a complete misdiagnosis of what the real problem is. Look, Tom's problem isn't a lack of effort. He's trying really hard, but he's fighting the wrong battle. He's attacking the symptom, those pesky negative thoughts, while totally ignoring the root cause. He's caught in a state that the book calls mindlessness. And this is such a powerful idea. Mindlessness. It's basically being on autopilot, completely blind to the invisible scripts and beliefs that are running the show. The book uses this brilliant analogy. A fish doesn't know it's in water. It's just reality. Well, for a lot of traders, they're swimming in an ocean of unexamined beliefs about risk, money, and their own self-worth, and they have no idea how it's shaping every single click of the mouse.
Now, this state of mindlessness, it creates some very real, very painful symptoms. Do any of these sound familiar to you? That constant hesitation, that analysis paralysis, always needing one more confirmation. Or how about freezing up, unable to pull the trigger? Or the opposite, that impulsive, FOMO-driven revenge trading that just torches your plan. And maybe the one that cuts the deepest, that fear of inadequacy, where a losing trade feels like a personal failure, a judgment on who you are.
Okay, so if the misdiagnosis is just, I have negative thoughts, then what's the real diagnosis? This is where it gets fascinating. The book suggests we should stop thinking about our mind as one single voice. Instead, picture it like a committee room inside your head, filled with different parts of you, and they're all arguing over what to do next.
First up on this committee, you've got the inner critic. Oh, we all know this voice, don't we? It's that harsh, judgmental part of you that doesn't just say, that was a bad trade. No, it goes straight for a full-on character assassination. You're an idiot. You'll never be a good trader. What were you even thinking? And who's reacting to all that yelling? That's the fearful orphan. This is the young, vulnerable, childlike part of you. It's terrified of the critic's attacks. All it wants is to avoid any threat, any mistake. Its whole agenda is just to find safety and prove it's worthy. But it's not all bad news in there. You've also got the courageous warrior. This is the part of you that has strength, that has discipline. This is the part that can face down that fear and act with conviction, executing your plan even when every cell in your body is screaming at you to just run away. And finally, we've got the one who should be running the meeting, the mindful director. This is the calm, impartial, authoritative part of you that can just step back, observe all this chaos, and guide the team with wisdom and discipline. So that emotional roller coaster you feel during the trading day, it's not random. It is a power struggle happening inside that committee room. For most struggling traders, the inner critic is screaming orders, and the terrified, fearful orphan has grabbed the controls, making every decision based on pure, raw panic. So, how do we fix this? Let's talk about the prescription. The goal isn't to silence the critic or get rid of the orphan. That's impossible. They're part of you. The goal is to develop that mindful director so you can step up, take charge of the meeting, and lead this committee effectively. The path to getting there is actually a pretty clear 3-step process. Step 1, you have to calm the body. You can't think your way out of a panic. So you start with your biology, using breathing to calm that fear response. Step 2, you observe the mind. This is where you learn to step back and just watch your thoughts happen without getting sucked into their drama. And finally, step 3, you lead the self. This is where you consciously choose to put your stronger, more resourceful parts in charge. And let's be absolutely crystal clear about this first point. You cannot rationalize your way out of a fight or flight response. Your survival brain will win that battle every single time. Before any of the cool mental tricks can work, you have to calm your physical body down. This is the foundation for everything else. This quote right here, this is the key that unlocks step 2. You have to get this deep in your bones. You and your thoughts are not the same thing. That nagging, critical voice in your head is not you. That wave of fear is not you. They are just events passing through your awareness. The moment you create that little bit of separation, you stop being a victim of your thoughts and you start becoming the observer of them. And that is the perspective of the mindful director. And this is the transformation that we're talking about. This is the whole game. You go from a state where the panicked, reactive, fearful orphan is running the show, making 80% of the calls, to completely flipping that. The goal is to put the calm, disciplined, mindful director in charge, so your trading is finally being driven by strategy, not by fear. And let's bring it right back to Tom, our struggling trader. Remember what he was doing? Forcing positive thoughts. That's like trying to shout over the chaos in that committee room. It might work for a second, but it doesn't last. This process is different. This isn't a superficial band-aid. This is deep training. You are fundamentally reorganizing your inner committee to build an entirely new state of mind for trading. So here's the ultimate takeaway. We spend years, sometimes decades, learning how to read the charts on our screens. But the most important chart, the one that will truly determine your success, is the one that's inside your own mind. So the question to leave you with is this. The next time you go to place a trade, take a breath and ask yourself, who is really in control here?